And Jesse Washington, the undefeated senior writer and director, joins me now for more on this. Jesse, what was it about Darnella Frazier's story that drew you in enough that you wanted to make a film about it?
It was really the heroism and the courage that this young lady showed in standing there in the face of threats by those 4 police officers who were present, in the face of a lot of chaos and confusion, in the face of a lot of fear, to keep her camera running and to give us such a clear picture of what happened. Without that, not only would Derek Chauvin not have been convicted, but none of 2020, this huge racial awakening, the biggest racial justice movement in the United States since the Civil Rights Movement, none of that would have happened without Darnella Frazier.
And Jesse, Darnella Frazier, a young woman thrust into the middle of this scene, the witness that she bore there with character and courage on the street. Then we saw her bear witness in the courtroom as well. So what did you learn about the impact this has had, witnessing George Floyd's death and carrying all the burden of it? What kind of impact do you think it had on Darnella Frazier?
It's had a tremendously negative and traumatic impact on Miss Darnella. You know, I mean, let's think about it. This is a minor who saw somebody killed, who saw somebody murdered, and then she took a lot of abuse online, people accusing her of only doing it for clout or for fame or for money, when she was just standing there, you know, being a witness and doing the most important and the most impactful thing that she could have done in that moment. So she's really been traumatized. She has yet to get over it fully. But it's just another thing that folks really didn't think about, and another reason why we wanted to do the film, to show the sacrifice that Darnella gave in order for us to get justice for George Floyd.
And Jesse, I know you also spoke with some of Darnella's teachers. They describe her as super smart. One of them even calls her a nerd. Why did you think it was important to highlight that side of her? Because she's a person. You know, and for so much of us, it's just, oh, she's just a name, or she's just the girl who filmed George Floyd's murder. But she's a daughter, she's a student, she's a writer, she's a thinker, she's a friend, you know. And so we really wanted to make people and really take the first stab at recording for history who Darnella is as a young lady, as a daughter, as a community member, as a really bright young person. And there's so many people like Darnella in a lot of neglected areas across America. So look at this one girl, and then let's not overlook all those other ones.
And Jesse, you spent a lot of time in the community there in Minneapolis, a community the world drew close to, really, over the course of events. How has the community dealt with Derek Chauvin's conviction, and what do you think people there are looking for in this final chapter of the search for justice, or one of them, the sentencing hearing tomorrow?
Right. Well, you know, we have to start with the fact that this is a marginalized community, an oppressed community where there's not a lot of opportunity, where a lot of injustice has happened. This is not the first person to be killed by police in that community. And so the community is really still trying to recover. They have gathered around and created a beautiful memorial there, a memorial space where people from all over the world come to remember and reflect and be inspired by the successful quest for justice, you know. And so they're still recovering, they're still healing, they're still protesting, and the folks around there in George Floyd Square are still fighting for more justice. And it doesn't just stop with Derek Chauvin's sentencing tomorrow. It keeps going on for the 3 other police officers who were there. There have been other killings since George Floyd's, that community has really become a focal point internationally for the pursuit of more justice in this country.
All right, Jesse Washington from the Undefeated. Jesse, we appreciate your time today. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you so much.
And we will have full coverage of the Derek Chauvin sentencing tomorrow, starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC News Live.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.